It's late. You're lying in bed, phone glowing, and you've just opened your investing app for the fourth time today. The number is down a little. Your thumb is already hovering over sell. And here's the strange part. That thumb, that little urge to do something, is probably the most expensive habit you have with money. Nobody ever warned you about it. So by the end of this, you understand something that quietly separates people who build wealth from people who don't. It's not a secret stock. It's not a hustle. It's this. With money, doing less usually beats doing more. And I'll show you exactly why in plain English. Let's strip the fancy word off it first. In finance, people love the word active. Active investing, actively managing, staying on top of it. It sounds responsible, doesn't it? Like the careful thing to do. But active, most of the time, just means reacting. Reacting to a dip, reacting to a headline, reacting to a friend who says he found the next big thing. And every reaction feels like control, like you're steering. The truth is closer to the opposite. Every time you touch it, you're usually not steering. You're just shaking the jar. Here's the picture I want you to hold on to for the rest of your money life. Think of your money like a garden. You plant a seed, you water it, and then, this is the whole trick, you leave it alone. You let it sit in the dark, in the dirt, doing absolutely nothing you can see. Now imagine the anxious gardener. Every few days, he can't stand it. He digs the seed back up just to check. Is it growing? Is it okay? Then he pats it back down and waits. And a few days later, he digs it up again. What happens to that seed? It never grows. Not because he didn't care, but because he cared too loudly. Every time he dug it up, he snapped the tiny roots that were just starting to reach into the soil. The checking was the damage. That's your investing app at 11 p.m. That's the thumb hovering over sell. Every time you dig your money up to check on it, to react to it, to fix it, to feel in control of it, you're breaking the roots that needed silence to grow. So let's break the garden into 3 plain steps, because this is the entire method. Step 1. Plant once on purpose. You choose where the money goes, carefully, calmly, one time. A broad, boring, spread out investment. This is the only moment reacting is allowed, the planting. Step 2. Water on a schedule, not on a feeling. Watering is you adding a little money regularly, whether the news is scary or exciting. Same amount, same day, rain or shine. You're not responding to the weather, you're just watering. Step 3, and this is the one nobody can do. You let it sit in the dark. No digging, no checking to feel better, no selling because it dipped. The growth happens underground, where you can't watch it, and your watching is exactly what stops it. Now, right about here, a fair question shows up. So you're telling me to do nothing, ever? Just plant it and never look again? No. And this is the part that actually saves people. So stay with me. There's a difference between digging up the roots and pulling a weed. Digging up the roots is the panic stuff. Yanking your money out because the market dipped. Chasing the hot thing your cousin swears by. Jumping in and out on a feeling. That's what kills the plant. But a garden does need a little tending. Once in a while, say once a year, you can walk through calmly and pull the obvious weeds. In money terms, that's checking you're not quietly being charged some silly hidden fee or trimming something that's clearly dead. Scheduled, unemotional, that's gardening. Ripping the whole plant out of the ground every time a cloud passes overhead, that's panic wearing a gardener's hat. Learn to tell those two apart and you've basically won. And here's why this is so hard, because it's worth understanding. When we feel anxious, doing something feels safer than doing nothing. Even when doing nothing is exactly the right call. Our brains reward action. Sitting still while your number drops feels like negligence, like you're just letting it happen to you. So we dig, not because we're foolish, because we care, and the caring has nowhere to go, so it grabs the shovel. The calmest people with money you'll ever meet aren't smarter than you. They just learn to let the caring sit in their hands instead of in the soil. Think of the neighbor with the impossibly lush garden who shrugs and says, "Honestly, I barely touch it." That's not laziness, that's the whole secret. They planted well, they water on a rhythm, and then they have the rare nerve to leave it in the dark and go live their life. If school never taught you this, that stillness is a money skill, that's the whole point of this channel. Subscribe and learn one money thing a week. Now let me make this real, because leave it alone sounds too simple to matter. Let me show you what it's worth in dollars. Say you put $10,000 into a broad, ordinary investment and you're the patient gardener. You plant it and you don't dig it up for 30 years. Over time, the market has roughly returned about 7% a year after inflation. Leave $10,000 alone at that rate for 30 years and it grows to around $76,000. Same $10,000, same 30 years. But now you're the anxious gardener. You jump out when it drops, you jump back in when it feels safe, you chase the thing your cousin mentioned. Study after study shows this reacting quietly shaves several percent a year of what people actually earn. So instead of 7%, your fear earns you maybe 4%. That same $10,000, tinkered with for 30 years, grows to around $32,000. Look at those two numbers. Same money, same market, same 3 decades. The patient gardener ends with about $76,000. The busy one ends with less than half. That gap, that $40-something thousand, isn't the price of bad luck. It's the price of digging up the seed. It's the cost of doing something. And sit with that gap for a second. Because it's not really about the money, it's about what the money was. That difference is years of your working life. Mornings you got up early, overtime you didn't want to take. It's real effort, quietly handed back to the market in exchange for the feeling of being in control. The patient gardener didn't work harder or earn more, they just stopped paying that tax. So what for you? One action. So here's the one thing to do today, and it's almost funny how small it is. Go into your investing app and set a date. Pick a day, a few months out, write it down. I don't touch this until then. That's it. You're not buying anything new. You're not being clever. You're just planting a flag that says the digging stops here. And while you're in there, do one more tiny thing. Turn off the price notifications. Every ping is the app tapping you on the shoulder, whispering, do something. You don't need a device reminding you to grab the shovel. Let it go quiet. You can always look when you choose to, on your schedule, not its. And when that 11 p.m. urge comes back, because it will, you don't have to be strong or disciplined. You just have to look at the date and remember, the seed is fine. It's growing in the dark. My job tonight is to leave it alone. Because that's the whole idea. With money, the person who wins isn't the one doing the most. It's the one calm enough to do nothing while it grows. If that finally made sense, subscribe. One clear money lesson every week. And watch this next, because next time I'll show you why the news on your screen is the single most expensive thing you can listen to.